Happy plus E!
Family! Yo, fam. The beautiful weather has brought us back to beautiful Universal Studios, and we're actually here today, fam, because
we are gonna go over our most anticipated mazes for HHN for 2021.
Ooh, fam.
Oh
It's been too long. Let's face it. We all came out of that whole entire situation last year, and we're ready for the scares. We're ready for the fun. We're ready for all the excitement, and it's only days away, so we gotta check it out.
That is so true. Universal Studios is looking pretty spooky, guys.
Yep. Everything's going on, and actually, one of the first things out of the gate is we got the Plaza de los Muertos right here coming up. El Papel Picado looks amazing, fam. You already see the bar right there to get your micheladas, the Modelo beers. It's gonna be dope.
That's gonna be sick.
And of course, you know that this place is gonna be lit up with the strobe lights, with like the color lights. It's gonna be fire.
Yes, I'm so
fire. Of course, fam, if you're afraid of the scares, don't worry. The Mystery Machine, Scooby-Doo and the gang are all here, fam, all here. But if you see this legend right here, do not be afraid. It's old Frankie. Oh, he still got it. That movie magic, buddy. Now, fam, just as a reminder, don't be fooled by the fact that, the parks are a little bit less packed these days. With Hollywood Horror Nights coming back, I mean, you're going to be pretty much seeing full places. So, give yourself plenty of time and, of course, enjoy the mazes. But with that said, all right, fam. So, of course, we're going to cover the mazes we mostly anticipate. But before that, I got to give a shout out to the whole entire scare zones. First of all, the Silver Screen Queens. I mean, this area right now that we're showing you is looking dope. Each prop, each stage is set up with a movie poster.
It is making me way more excited just seeing all the props out here, the aesthetic, the vibe, the movie posters. Like, it is all there. Like, I am so freaking happy with how everything is turning out. Like, honestly,
for the female leads, for the monsters, I mean, this is dope. This is unique. This is very awesome, and it also takes you out of one of the mazes into the scare zone. So that's gonna be cool too. But we digress. Let's go into what we want to go ahead and show you, fam. Let's go.
All right, guys, so we have to talk about one of my favorite scare zones of 2021, which is Demon City, a Manhattan city that is diabolical, guys. So they opened up a nightclub with demon clientele, so that is very interesting. That looks dope. I really like the aesthetic. Everything they did, from the painting and the night signs up there, it looks really cool to me. Like, I don't know, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.
Now, it is dope because it's actually right by the entrance of the park in itself. This is also where you get the fire towers, which is cool.
Look at the security, guys. Like, that's funny. That's the security from the nightclub, guys. That's really dope right there.
That's fire. That's fire. No pun intended. All right, fam. Now, the third scare zone is going to be dedicated to the Chainsaw Rangers. Not your typical Power Rangers, in all honesty. These are chainsaw-wielding mechanics with, like, the most grotesque, like, animal masks on, and stoked on that. Now, fam, before anything, we got to go ahead and cover the mazes. So, coming in at number 8 is The Exorcist. Now, wait, what? The movie's so scary. Why give it an 8? Because it's not a new maze. It's been done and redone over and over again.
At this point, yeah, it's been done various times, you guys. But nonetheless, it is still really cool. It's a classic theme. So I am excited for The Exorcist, but it just does not make it to the top 5 list for sure.
For sure. But you can expect to find it at the lower lot along with another maze. So that's what we're going to go ahead and check out right now. We're going to see if there's any other spooky items that we can catch with our beautiful eyes. And then, of course, fam, let us know if you spot anything there too. So let's go. Now, coming in at number 7 is the Chainsaw Massacre. It is creepy. It is dope. It does give you plenty of thrills, but it's not new. But it is one that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah,
it's very nostalgic based
for
me on that.
I really love the chainsaw. Like, that sound is so like iconic for Halloween Horror Nights. Like, you can't have Halloween Horror Nights without the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, honestly.
True. I symbolize it with Universal as opposed to any other theme park or place that does like a scare zone. We apologize for the loud audio because they want to speak over us, but we're louder. But fam, with that said, let's continue on the hunt. All right, fam. So we're going back to the top in itself because let's face it, the bottom lot will have some rides. They'll have some bars. They'll have the mazes that you want to go ahead and get to. But we're trying to get to our coveted one. Now, Becky wanted to go ahead and she was fighting me tooth and nail on this one because what comes in at number 6 for me is going to be the Walking Dead one. Now, she's like, why? here's
Wait,
two.
I'll tell you what my opinion is right after what he says.
Okay,
right here.
so here's why. The Walking Dead is no longer available here to go ahead and walk on any time that you want. So I'm missing it already since Universal opened up. But second of all, we're in its final season of the show. So if you're gonna go ahead and do a recap, catch up to it, and maybe you missed a scene or two, like this is the time it's gonna be freshest in your mind and be spooky. That's why.
All right, and so I thought it came a little bit lower than that, but I did compromise on that one because that is a good point. It is going to be the final season for The Walking Dead, but in my opinion, it's not that great. Like, I've never thought that maze was so good.
It's amazing, and here's another reason. Reason number 3, and shout out to La Suegra if she's watching on this one. It's because she toughed it out. She went through it. She was freaked out as all hell and got scared in broad daylight when she went through it. No help to La Suegra that kind of just pushed her through it and like saved herself.
That was really funny, but that's not why.
So good memories. Sometimes a so-so maze has good memories. So let's go.
Alright fam, so we are speculating that this back area is going to be used for Halloween for the return of Michael Myers.
Ooh, yes, I'm all for the jumpsuit. I'm all for the blades, for the pumpkins.
Yeah, he's just
everything.
always ready to strike, so I am really excited for this maze.
Yep. Now this is one of the, I think that out of the cult classics, this is the one that kind of grows with me all the years the most. I look more forward to looking at watching this one. Maybe tied with Jason, but nonetheless, I'm excited for it. This is a dope one because of the nostalgia factor. I do move it up to number 5 for me on that one.
Yes, it does make the top 5 list, guys.
All right, but let's go on to the next one. Okay, fam. So coming in at number 4 has got to be the Curse of Pandoras Box. Yes. Now, I'm glad that we both agree on this one, but I agree on it for the reason that the movie still gets to me. It's one of the creepier movies, one of the freakier movies. I love the whole entire lore behind this movie in itself.
That's true. We all know once that box opens, all evil breaks loose, guys.
Why?
So we're so
Why can't we just leave things closed?
No, curiosity and greed.
But because it's still technically one of the newer ones, I mean, it's only been less than a few years out and about. I'm excited for it. It'll still feel fresh after having a year break on this one, so I'm excited for this one. Now, do note, it is on the lower lot, so you do have to make that hike for it in itself. Because, you know, we're showing you how the places are, do make a mental note how you want to tackle it if you weren't lucky enough to go ahead and get one of the quick passes, the fast passes, those lightning passes, if you will, to get you through the mazes, because, you know, time will be key. Time will be key to go ahead and knock them out.
Roar! Coming in at number 3 is The Bride of Frankenstein Lives, guys. We are so freaking excited because this is one of the new mazes. We've never seen this one before, and it's The Bride of Frankenstein. Like, what? She's finally coming out of the shadows, guys.
Yo, fam. Okay, so I gotta go ahead and put in my cucharita here. You know, like my 2 cents on this one because I want to give it a second. I want to give it a second on it because again, it is a new, like Becky said, it is a shout out to the women in horror, which is a much overdue. You know, being a fan of the Frankenstein series, the book in itself, but to have The Bride of Frankenstein and give it the character
gorgeous.
More depth.
Like, look at the art that they're doing for it. Like, it just makes me more excited about it. Like, it looks sick, you guys.
Okay, but that's at number 2, and again, it's still on the top lot. Very cool, very cool. I'm excited for this one. Well, I'll take that back. It's at number 3. Number 3. It hurts me to say it. I wanted it at number 2, but let me know down in the comments below. Should it have been number 2? Should it have been higher? Let us know on that one, and then of course we're gonna check on the next ones.
All right.
All right, fam, and just as always, if you haven't already hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, smash the notification bell, and of course, fam, let's talk about number 2 as we are headed down to the lower lots right now. The lower lots, fam. This is where number 2, the newest of the new maze,
right?
The one that's being promoted by Netflix.
The Netflix, The Haunting of a Hill House.
Okay, we had to rewatch it just to like remember the scares. It's terrifying. I'm wondering the ghosts.
That show is binge worthy, guys. If you have a little bit of time to catch up with that series before you hit Horror Nights, because it is gonna make that maze that much better, guys.
All right, so I gotta know, why is it coming number 2? Because let's face it, not to give spoilers away, a lot of it's really creepy and spooky.
That's a good thing you said that, because I was gonna give a lot of spoilers, but I will just say one thing right here for you guys. The bent neck lady.
Okay, that's
why you're gonna go come face to face.
No, she said it. Bent neck lady.
You already know.
Yeah.
You already know.
If you don't know,
you know.
If you don't know, go watch it and come back and comment. But in the meantime, we gotta get on the tram because it's gonna go ahead and hopefully show us maybe some of that stuff. All right, fam. Coming in at number 1 is gonna have to be the Terror Tram. Now, this is what gets transformed from the normal tram. You don't get to go ahead and actually get to ride to the back lot and see the movie items. What you get to do is you get to be transported into the back lot into a different world. And this world happens to be the Purge.
Ooh, guys, we are so excited about this one. The most iconic characters from all the Purge movies are going to be featured in this really immersive maze, guys. It is going to be so insane.
Now, it does take you through, you know, the broken down airplane, the crash at site that we just saw right here that we're playing and showing for you. It does show the backlot where we got the Bates Hotel as well. So it's going to be very cool. It's built so that you're going through a tighter maze, and it gives you that claustrophobic feel. You're going to have the sounds, the immerse. You're on foot through a big hike in the open air.
That is true. That's why it makes it #1, because you're literally walking through like a ginormous maze.
So just a tip out of this one, out of all of them, if you can, try to leave it towards the end of the night or when it gets dark. It gives it a whole different feel as opposed to like going in right away, because you know, if you watch the other video, you can get in a little bit earlier, but you got to watch the other video to know what time you can get in if you got your ticket for that night.
Board at your own risk, you guys. No rules, no law, no escape on the Terror Tram.
Ooh, all right, with that said, fam, as always, don't forget to like button, subscribe if you haven't, smash the notification bell, and we'll catch you in the next adventure, which is starting right here.
There.
Peace.